Welcome to Shul Machshava on the Daf Shir sponsor Nishmas Am Yaakov Shalom Le'Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding Metzia Daf Mem Zayin. The Gemara in Amud Beis brings the machlokes of Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish. If min haTorah ma'os konos, min haTorah money is the thing that purchase, but Rabbanan are the ones the Meshicha. One said, no, you should do Meshicha instead of money. And Shema Yoimash, the seller doesn't tell the buyer, Nisravu chitecha ba'aliyo, that your wheat could burn upstairs on the second floor. And Rish Lakish says, no, Meshicha koine min haTorah. Min haTorah, what's koine is Meshicha. You have to do the actual pulling of the item and not the money. And the Sefer Tepuchi Zov, a Gevaldik Sefer that I use a lot for Ma'amer Koimis, to Sifrei Kabbalah and Machshava in Kinyan that have to do with Nizikin. He brings on this Gemara a Gevaldik Rav Shimshon Refael Hirsch in Parshas Behar. And he explains in a philosophical way what is the pshat and divrei Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan, we paskin like him, according to many Rishonim, paskin like Rabbi Yochanan that says that min haTorah ma'os konos, really money should be koine, but Rabbanan the one who said the Meshicha should koine. What's the difference between a Kinyan of ma'os and Meshicha, and why min haTorah we prefer to do ma'os? So it says Rav Shimshon Refael Hirsch pshat like this: there is two types of shayches to mammon. There is the physical connection to mammon. When a person is holding on to money, it belongs to him because he's holding on to it. And then there's more called the spiritual connection to mammon, the conceptual connection to mammon. A person is an owner of a mammon, even if he's not holding on to it, it still belongs to him. So he says like this: whenever you have a kinyan of mamashas, whenever a person goes and does a chazakah, he goes and does a meshicha, he does agbo, all these are the external maisim that come and express the inner connection that the owner has to the chayfetz. But they are more external, they're more physical. The real connection is more essential. There is a connection here between the owner and the chayfetz. So it says, Rav Shimshon Refael Hirsch like this: buying something with money, that connects to the inner, more fundamental connection of an adam to his chayfetz. Because what's going on over here? Reuven goes to Shimon, and Reuven makes up with Shimon that the chayfetz that Shimon owns will become Reuven's. How is that happening? Because Reuven gives Shimon money. Reuven did not touch the chayfetz. Shimon did not touch the chayfetz. The chayfetz may be somewhere else. But the fact that Reuven and Shimon come to an agreement and there's some transaction, a monetary transaction, that touches the essential deep Kinyan of Bailus. Shimon gives up on his Bailus and Reuven takes over the Bailus, because that's the agreement when the money happens. On the other hand, a Kinyan of Meshicha is a more physical, external ma'aseh. It's something when you have a grab, it's almost like even animals can grab something and show that they own it or they're in control of it. When a person does a Meshicha, you see externally how he's in control. So Yimele, Zok Rav Shimshon Refael Hirsch, Rabbi Yochanan says like this: min haTorah, the right Kinyan should be a Kinyan mammon. Because Kinyan mammon is more essential, it's more fine, it touches the Iker Inyan of Bailus. Meshicha is more external. So that's something that belongs, according to Rabbi Yochanan, to Umas Olam, to the Goyim. A person is not on the level of Torah, of the level of spirituality that he has, so his transaction is based on Meshicha, is based on an external, physical matter. But by Yidin, it should be Ma'os konos. But Rabbanan saw that what? That if a person will only rely on that more fine and internal concept of Bailus, that will cause people to do something which is not right. The Moicher will tell the Koine, Nisrafu chitecha ba'aliyo, meaning he will not take it seriously that the Koine bought the chayfetz. So even the mitzad, the Inyan, conceptually, really Moiz should be the one Koine, because that touched the essence of Bailus. But Lamaise, Rabbanan saw that we have no choice but to give the same Kinyan that Goyim have to Yidin, because we can't trust everybody to do it the right way. So that's what it means, Rabbi Yochanan. The Rabbanan went and they were sakin Meshicha to do the more physical, external Maise in order to avoid these conflicts. Now, just to conclude, a little bit tzorchiyun, according to this mahalach, how do we understand Rish Lakish? Because Rish Lakish says the exact opposite. He says the Meshicha koine min haTorah. And a guy is not koine Meshicha. A guy is koine with Mois. So you have to understand, according to this Mahalach, how will you explain Rish Lakish? Anyone who wants to join a Shomach Shova email list to WhatsApp, please email shomachshova@gmail.com.